Yo, what's poppin'? Taking a look at the Houston Outlaws, fourth seed in NA with 11 points, a 9-3 record, and a +9 map differential. Pretty good, pretty decent. The roster being Dante, Piggy, Pelican, Iris, Lastro, and Merritt. They're all getting decent playtime. Piggy only coming in for like he was on Winston sometimes. I don't know. He was on the Sigma, things like that. But so looking at their tournament, they had a not a deep run, but a solid run because they weren't out first. So winners round one, they just rolled Florida, just like didn't even look close. Then they get rolled by Gladiator. It wasn't like a complete roll, but it wasn't as close as it was in the qualifiers. And then losers around one, they do a close map five against Toronto Defiant and win. Some interesting strats from Toronto at that time that makes some question marks, but Houston played good. And then losers round two, they just lose to Atlanta. Atlanta was not going to lose to them. Pelican did not really show up. Merritt did what he could, but Kai was better. So just kind of a nothing really. But not a bad run. They basically ride or die on the Doomfist, right? There's not a lot past that. If the Doom isn't going to work, then they're not going to win. They have the more of a different strategy compared to some other teams because most teams like Atlanta Gladiators, they would put like a counter dive on the Doom and they would just try and trade backlines. But Houston was very much trying to peel with Dante, and Dante was the most peel heavy Doomfist I think by a lot. And it works against the lower teams, but I feel like against the top teams, he can't peel hard enough to stop the dive from winning out. And the strategy just stops working at a certain point because of how efficient like teams like the Gladiators, teams like Atlanta are at killing your backline. So I don't know. Not it worked. It worked, but it also wasn't able to work against the top teams, which is kind of what Houston's been the entire season. They've been good. They've been better than everyone else except for the top like three teams in NA. But looking at their schedule, we see on week 15 they played the New York Excelsior and the LA Gladiators, so should be a free win and then a loss, to be honest. Week 16 they play the London Spitfire. That'll be interesting. Historically, Houston have just kind of rolled London. I don't know, something about their Doomfist style just kind of rolls them, but not sure. Week 17 they play the Vancouver Titans and the Atlanta Reign, so should be a free win on Vancouver, right? And then Atlanta, we've seen them beat Atlanta before, but Atlanta have pretty much consistently been the better team, even if it's just by a little bit. Hopefully, Pelican is able to bounce back against them, and we'll see some wins there. And then week 18, they're against the Washington Justice, which should be a win also. So we're looking at like a probably 4-2 for Houston at worst, or at best, I guess. They could lose to London. They could lose to I guess they could lose to Washington technically, but I don't think so. They'd have to be much better there. But it'll be interesting to see how Houston fare against, or in this new meta where Junker Queen comes in. Maybe Dante will just pick up Junker Queen too, and he'll just transition into an actual tank player, not just a Doomfist one trick. But we'll see what happens there. There's also the stuff about them trying to shop players. I don't think it means anything. I don't think they're going to go anywhere. Pelican's been too good. Sure, he didn't quite have the performance he needed to in the tournament, but he's shown that he can perform in tournaments before, so I'm not too worried about that. Maybe just I don't know, just had an off tournament happens, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on the Houston Outlaws. Like this video if you like it, subscribe for more daily Overwatch League content. Thank you so much for watching and have yourself a good one.